Yeah, Sergey. So this is my second time back at Huachuma Wasi, and here for a bit longer. And I noticed that it's a deeper experience in some ways this time, right? Just being here longer, being here multiple times, doing ceremony here more. And so far, I feel like it's a little more challenging this time because of my health issues, but it seems very deep and very like things are opening up, and I really respect your medicine and the work you do. So why don't we talk more about the work you do?
Okay. Sure. Anything.
So, people come to see you who have really challenging conditions, right? We've talked about a number of people who've had, they come to see you in these places of like even maybe not wanting to live or something like that, or needing to heal really serious situations and conditions. And I'm just curious what your approach is with those people and what you typically see and what's the process of them getting healed and better. Because offhand I can think of, right, several people like that who came to see you.
Do you mean like psychological conditions, like depressions?
Well, it depends, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, a few people offhand that have been...
Well, healing is a broad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see there are 16 people now, and this is very different. Every person is different,
Yeah.
and completely different healing to each person.
Yeah.
Some trauma-based,
Yeah.
spiritual issues,
Yeah.
nothing to do with psychology,
Yeah.
like in that sense, like depression, some mental issues,
Yeah.
But this is all healing.
Yeah.
And you see that people change
Mm-hmm.
in a very similar way. Different processes, different issues, but the process of healing is the same to everyone. It's like you can tell when people come low energy, depressed, like no lights, like lights off.
Yeah.
Just they're not there. You look at their eyes and there's nobody there. Just like pain there. You see pain, and regardless what caused that, but you see the process how the medicine comes, and over a few ceremonies it just melting this all away. It's like a snow under the sun, like winter is over here,
Yeah.
It's like spring. You
Yeah.
come here, it starts from spring and then we move into summer.
Yeah.
So the way I do it is, my method is gentle. My medicine is strong, but I administer it gentle.
I see.
I don't just blast you out of the blue, you
Yeah.
just come here and I don't do this, I work gently with people. I have light medicine too. The idea is to find where you have to be, your sensitivity level, and then work with it. Just work with it. So you feel the medicine, you can start, start solving your issues, start working on things in that space.
Yeah.
But it's safe and it's not traumatic.
Yeah.
Because you don't heal trauma with more trauma.
Yeah.
And strong medicine too fast can be very traumatic. And that happens a lot.
I see.
And that's what blocks people from medicine work, because they just jump into it thinking it's like, it's all rainbows here, and flowers, and then boom, and then you are like blasted out of your head into the universe.
Yeah.
And that can be very scary and traumatic if you're not ready for this.
Yeah.
And that blocks the healing, because they say, whoa, I'm not ready for this is crazy, I don't want anything, I'm just going back to my Prozac, see my therapist.
Yeah.
So what you did was that you just block the person healing forever, because he or she will never touch any medicines. Because in their mind it's all the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you drank ayahuasca, you had bad experience or whatever, it's all the same. It's psychoactive plants, it's all the same, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So as a medicine man, there is a responsibility here to ensure that the person have a good positive experience and open those doors so they can continue healing, with other people, other places. other plants, So I do gentle walk, starting to see where you are, look at you. It takes a day to see you, and then I decide if you need more medicine, if you stay in the same place. It's not, it's an important thing. It's a misconception that I see. I think it's Western. It's coming from this bar mentality.
Bar mentality.
I call it. It's like people just go to bar and say, "I paid. Give me a full cup. Pull more tequila. I paid for a full cup." I actually had that before it happened. It's just so ridiculous. This is bar mentality, I call it. I paid. You give me as much as I can drink. But it doesn't work like that.
I'm getting drunk or
It's like, if you need this and that works, that's all you need. I actually had one French guy that he actually left from the ceremony. I let him go, like before we start.
In the middle of
before we start, we were drinking, and I gave him his first ceremony. I'm like, okay, I give you lighter medicine, lesser, just it's a safety thing, And then he's like, no, they drank full cups. I want this too. Start arguing with me. Okay. So I was patient. I explained him the way I do it is gentle and that's for your own safety. But he insisted. I said, okay, you know what? Then the door is there. You can just leave right now. And he left. It's good. I don't tolerate bullshit. I'm patient to a point. But this is it's a reasonable thing. So we start working. We start finding where you are, where you at. What's your sensitivity level? And then we talk. We take from there, and then we see if you need more medicine, I give you more medicine. But it's already safe. You're already there. I see you. I know you're there. I know you can handle. It's a safe. It's like we are 16 people here, and I'm giving people strong medicine. You know that. And everything is beautiful. And everything is because I know people, and I know my medicine. And I know what, where. It's like we work with this. It's a dynamic. It's a relationship with everyone. It takes time. These people staying with us already months. So it's like I know what they can handle. I know where I can take them. But new people, it's a different work. It's like more like testing the ground, seeing the psychology, So it's responsibility as a medicine man to ensure that the administration of the medicine, conducted in a careful manner, thoughtful, And then, what was the question for that? I want in different.
Just the types of suffering and how people heal, and you're saying there's
the process is
spiritual or mental issues.
There are different people. Some people come with a lot of depression. Depression is strong, especially post pandemic. It's more people just very depressed, very low, very worn out. You know what I mean? It's not everybody clinically depressed, but just people worn out. Drained, and they all this madness, all this fear. I just can't take it anymore. I need healing. So they're not necessarily depressed clinically. You give them Prozac, man, but they're it's low energy, low, no vigor, no spiritual connection. They're completely disconnected from the true self, true fear. That's what fear does. Fear is a poison. It disconnects you from your power. That's what we see in the world. What we see in the world, this COVID bullshit and all this fear. It's all by design. It has many facets to it, to sell you vaccines and all this stuff, but and put you on in a database and social credit score and all that thing. It's all there, but besides the point, this is 3D stuff. But the spiritual thing behind it is to instill fear, because fear disconnects you from yourself, from your true power, and you just become powerless. You just become zombie, just like an obedient zombie. They tell you this, you just do this. You can't think anymore. It kind of deactivates critical thinking. It's just fear. It's poison. It's an actual spiritual poison. Boom, and you're okay, whatever. Jab me over. I'm all ready for that. So what we do here is we undoing this. we can undo the psychological and spiritual damage that caused by whatever. It can be other people too. That's what trauma is.
Yeah.
Trauma is a cause, it's a damage caused by other people or events.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. You're undoing that by reconnecting people to their true nature, to their true source. And their true source is the source. It's a one thing.
Yeah.
But you can't just come here all like, zombie, and it's like, show me God.
Yeah.
You can't see that. God is all around here, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
Because there are walls. You have to, take them down and, elevate yourself to a reasonable, mental condition, mental health condition when you are sound.
Yeah.
And then the mystical qualities can be reached, can be raised.
Yeah.
You can rise into spiritual level. But if you need healing, it's like you need healing.
Yeah.
So healing is where we start. It's like a necessary
prerequisite.
Yeah, it's like you can't just jump into mysticism. Like people come broken, it's like you can just there's like I just want to live another day in peace. I'm not looking for God or like secrets of the universe. So it's like I just want to wake up in the morning and just be well and just do my things without feeling low and depressed and scared and and I'll take my medications. Like I just want a normal living. That's healing. So we have to bring people to that point when they feel normal again. And then if they want to go deeper, well then it's a mystical part. It's the same work. It's the same medicine. It's not like I'm doing something different. It's the same time of the day, the same medicine, everything the same. It's the energy is different. They are a different place. They can respond to they can respond a different way to the medicine. It's on them. The medicine is here. It has everything. Here's the healing. You need healing? I give you healing. You're healed? You want more? Okay, here's the divine realm now. But it's up to the person how much they can receive, really. So healing is where it starts, but it doesn't end there, at least in my work. It's like, for me it would be actually quite boring if healing would be the only thing I would be doing here. I still would be doing that because that's what we do, we heal.
Sure.
It's a healing place, but it's a healing out of necessity to reach awakening, to reach spiritual understandings. That's just my personal way of working with the medicine. It's not necessarily everybody doing that. Some people don't even bother, so they just heal. Like local healers, it's all about healing. The whole tradition, the whole healing tradition of Peru, it's all about healing, really. It's just to get you well, so you go back to life and live your life, But because I'm coming from a different background, I'm coming as a spiritual seeker to the medicine. Never came for healing. It wasn't my thing. I was healthy, mentally, physically. I was looking for truth and meaning and spirit in my life. It's like what's beyond all that, So I'm coming from Eastern philosophy background. So I bring all this baggage into the medicine and kind of figure through all this thing, figure out what's there, So that's probably how it became what it is. If I would be born here, I wouldn't have that. I would be probably dealing with healing. But for me, it's healing and spirituality. I would call it. So people come with different issues, and the medicine gives them what they need. Mostly, with some exceptions, but most of the medicine gives them what they need. If that's a healing, okay, you get that. If that's a spiritual quest, you get that too. If that's both, it's okay too, So I see many different issues here, like a whole spectrum of sicknesses, But the 99% of people get well, get healed, they find their core self, their core connection, and through this they connect to the larger universe. And that's just like, like you have a night and then the sunrise comes and that's it, there is no darkness. It's that simple. There is sun, there is no darkness. Same thing metaphorically. There is light, there is no darkness. You just just shines. You just shine over it, and it just goes away. It's like, okay, I see. I can see myself. I can see my shadows. I can see all what needs to be fixed. You know, it's like, and sometimes it takes time to fix things. But with clarity, you're already a step forward. You're already like, you know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you need to fix this, need to do this, done. You know, you kind of edit your life. The medicine is the editor, it's a great editor. You are the content. You bring your content to the editor, and the editor edit it out. That's it. It's just like, okay, you don't need that. Say more here. Say more there. This one, let go. Not important. Not interesting. You know, it's like, okay, that's kind of, you know, analogy. It just tells you, it just edits you and tells you what to do, but it is you who doing the thing. Because the medicine is not imposing.
Yeah.
It's just showing you. It's a teacher who teach you, but it doesn't impose anything. It's not like you have to do. You don't have to do anything. You just go home and disregard the whole experience and live your sick life if that's what you want, you know.
Yeah.
But if you want to change, you know what to change. You know? So post-pandemic, you know, before pandemic it was more spiritual.
Before the pandemic, more spiritual.
Yeah, there was a suicidal people, depression. It's there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mostly maybe it was more medicine work. You know, more understanding, more of what I resonate with.
More spiritual.
More spiritual. But post-pandemic is a lot of, you know, it's a lot of depression. It's just anxiety, depression, people just, you know, shaking and kind of fragmented, you know, just kind of, you know, like lost, some kind of lost souls.
Lost.
Lost. As like kind of in the space, and there is no ground.
I see.
Ground is what they do, what they find here.
Yeah.
Like that's where we ground them into reality. It's like, get out of your head, come to your heart. Here's nature. Here's you. Here's the whole universe. Connect. Feel it. You know, and that's how you heal all this thing. You just like bringing this light, bring the sunrise, and you just light the whole thing. You know. So the healing,
healing happens from your view with the light, and then the light sort of clears a lot of the.
That's part of it. Light and
darkness.
Connection and love and the ecstatic feeling and all this. All together is a feeling. Basically, it's all like different aspects of freedom. Yeah, that's what it is. It's freedom. It's just a greater freedom.
Yeah.
But it's love. It's clarity. It's connection. You know, it's ecstasy. It's everything. You're free in your spirit. You're like, you know, you're beyond all. The medicine takes you just beyond all ideologies, dogmas, narratives. It just brings you to the real moment when you're present to what is. And what is nature, is the healing Mother Nature. That's it. And you have a direct connection. And in this space, you observed the beauty, the light, and the sounds of nature, and you heal yourself with this. You know, the way I see it works, like, I don't know the science, I don't think anyone knows, I don't know, but I think the way, what I see is that the Huachuma specifically has a direct connection and a direct influence with the central nervous system.
Okay.
Direct. It just pacifies you. It starts from there. You come all anxious, afraid, depressed, and then you just like, oh, I feel so relaxed like never before. Relaxing. So it's some kind of a reset that resets you. It resets all this firing, you know, your nervous system went crazy. It's like, hey, it's like a reset. It's like, okay, start over. Here you are, start over. And you just start at the place of peace, inner peace, where you can just sit and be and think and feel, you know? So that's why we do ceremony in the morning, because I work with light and beauty, natural beauty. And that has the awakening power. You just awaken to this with so much light, with so much beauty. You just cannot get stuck in your head. I mean, although some people doing that, but that's, it takes some time, but that's what it is. But mostly, people get that. It just takes you out of your little problems. That you realize that they are little. And I'm not saying about like losses, like that. That's not little. That's a serious. That's a big things, But most of it is not that. Most of the thing is not that. If that is like, okay, this is serious. But most of it is not that. It's actual kinds of some kind of trivial things in life that appears big, and that's just like, this is like, guys, look at this, and you show them the whole universe, and the scale is so large that they just understand that this is nothing. What am I concerned about? What am I afraid of? It's like it's just like becoming like irrelevant. When you realize the miracle of your life, and and how short that is. Doesn't matter how long you live. It's still short. It's still a speck of light, speck of moment. In a larger, in a larger scale, it's just all nothing. It's just there is no you. So you realize all that. You realize how important your life is, how important your time here, and that's all you have, and how you live it. That's where you find meaning, and that's what it's all about. It's how you make through this time, how you live your life, And then you realize that this is just distractions. It's just like some trivialities. It's like a nothing burger kind of thing in your life.
What burger?
Nothing burger.
What's that?
It's just a saying, like it's like nothing, what I mean? It's like nothing. It's nothing.
Okay.
It seems great. Whoa. It's like, hey, this is nothing. Look here. It's all about perspective, really. It's like the medicine expands your consciousness.
Different perspective.
Different perspective. Like 30,000 feet fly, at least. I mean, we go higher than that, but just as a reference so people can understand. It's like you see your life from the plane. You see a lot more of the earth, not just you, not just your neighborhood, not even your country. You see the whole planet there, or a big chunk of your planet, It's like it gives you that perspective of life, which is different when you zoomed out. So that's what the medicine do. It zooms you out and it shows you that, hey, here are you, here's your problem, and here is the whole universe. It kind of lets you see things differently, clearly, and that helps a lot. It helps. Just that alone can just like, whew. And I hear this from people. They report back and saying, like, I came here with all this, I want to solve all these problems, and now I realize that I have no problems. There is no problem. My only problem was that I didn't realize that. I just didn't see clear enough to realize that there was no problem. You're stuck in your mind. You're not there. You're not present. You're just like, So that's a big part of Huachuma. Is perspective, shifting perspective, enlightenment, pure actual enlightenment with light. I don't mean an enlightenment like in the Indian sense, which is that too, for sure, like spiritual enlightenment, for sure, that's what it is. But I don't mean here actual enlightenment. You are becoming full of light. That's why you see so bright and so much colors, and you're like, oh my god. You can look at the clouds. It's like, what? That's just too much. Clouds, it's just too much, man. I can't look at the clouds. I can look at the mountain, but clouds, that's like looking at the sun. That's how much light you extract from them. Because, as I was writing my third book, The Cactus of Sanity, Huachuma is basically sunlight. We consume sunlight. It's the safest way to consume sunlight for human beings. And that's what I saw from the medicine. Nobody really shared it with me. I don't know. Even my teacher never talked about it. None of them, actually. Never. That was just pure my realization working with the medicine, it's just pure light. It's just there for years, absorbing sunlight and through photosynthesis, transform that into its body, and then we cook it and we extract all this. Basically, it's the sunlight. That's why you drink it. It's so bright and warm and pleasant and exciting, and you're like, oh my God, this is. You close your eyes, you see sun. You open your eyes, you see sun. It's sun everywhere. It's light, just pure light.